Review book one is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She is advanced certified life coach, no other than Dr. Elizabeth Sherrell Davis.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you, Daniel. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity.
Welcome to Book 101, Dr. Elizabeth. And can you please introduce more about yourself?
Absolutely. My friends call me Dr. E for short. I am an advanced certified life coach. I have worked in the business world, government, and nonprofit a total of 47 years. I am now retired, and I work as a life coach and a consultant, a business consultant for various government and help businesses to thrive. So I'm super excited about being here.
Yes, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and wisdom to the world. And Dr. Elizabeth or Dr. E, let's talk about challenges, strategies, and personal about women in total, women balancing burnout and achieving balance. How would you define burnout? And have you ever experienced it personally as a woman navigating multiple roles?
Oh, absolutely. So, how do I define burnout? Burnout means that we are no longer connected to ourselves. What does that mean? It's like we're a robot. We get up, we do the things we have to do in the home, we get prepared to go to work, and we just repeat that cycle every day without taking the time out to really say, let me exhale, let me figure out what's going on with my body. Our body tells us when something is off, such as like weight gain, or when you awaken in the morning after 8 hours of sleep, you're still tired. Your appetite is different. You may be overeating or not eating enough. So the body provides us signals when um, when we're stressed. In terms of my story, um, there was a time when I was working full time. I worked for the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. I served as president for a nonprofit organization. I was teaching 4 nights a week at a community college, but all of my classes was at a state prison. So if you can imagine having all of those dynamics going on in your life every day, there wasn't time for me to take care of myself, such as scheduling my doctor's appointments, drinking enough water, eating healthy food. So at the end of 2022, when my term was over, as I served president for a nonprofit organization, I just didn't feel good. I didn't feel connected to myself because my day started at 4:30 in the morning and it didn't end until 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I just repeated that cycle for about 7 years. So once I was able to remove serving as president, now I could exhale a little bit and kind of figure out what's going on with me. I was invited by a friend to attend a women's retreat, which happened to be life coaches were there. The majority of the ladies that were attending this retreat were life coaches, and I wasn't really familiar with the term life coach. But after the retreat, I was able to really understand how we all need a coach in our life just so that we can get through our day-to-day activities or to help balance the life schedule plans. um, so once I had that opportunity to have the conversation with all these wonderful dynamic women, I entered into an advanced certified life coach program late 2022. It was a 9 month program. I finished that program, yeah, within 9 months. That was probably summertime of 2023. While I was in class, I built the business, the Signature of Excellence coaching and consulting firm, with the plan that I was going to retire in November 2024. So between summer 2023 and November 2024, I had a life coach that helped me to plan one for retirement and just to help me to plan the life that I wanted to have in terms of being healthy. So we all get to the point in our lives where we're challenged. And a lot of times we don't know how to handle those challenges. If a female is married with children, with a husband, trying to climb the corporate ladder, sometimes you have your parents that's living in the household, there's seniors. There's a lot of dynamics that women are dealing with today. And sometimes women do not understand that their work life balance is off. And the importance of having a physician that can help you with the physical part of your body, but also having the coach to help with the mental side of your body.
Very well said, Dr. E. Very well said indeed. And congratulations. You found your passion of being a life coach. So, what do you think are the primary causes of burnout for women today?
Well, number one cause of burnout is if you think back 50, 60, yeah, maybe 70 years ago, where women were stay-at-home mothers. Um, so there was no work-life balance. Today, women are in the workplace and some of their goals is to climb that ladder, whether if you're in public sector, private sector, or government. But you also have children that have to be raised. So not having a plan in place sometimes can create chaos in the household. So you need a plan in place of how are you going to achieve certain things. Are you going to outsource some of the duties that's required in the household, such as you're going to hire a housekeeper? What about a live-in nanny to kind of take some of the pressure off of the things that's required in the household? Not all households can afford to hire a nanny, housekeeper. So so we as women, sometimes we don't reach out for help when we need assistance, but reaching out for help within our community to take some of those tasks off our list can definitely soothe the problem of burnout, because you can't do this process alone. You need a team of individuals to help you um, with not burning out or becoming ill.
Definitely. So, how do societal expectations like being a caregiver or professional contribute to burnout for women?
I'm sorry, repeat that for me one more time.
How do societal expectations like being a caregiver or professional contribute to burnout for women?
Well, society believes that women are nurturers, so we're supposed to raise our children, be there for our husbands, and caregive for the parent, whether if it's her parent or his parent. And sometimes it could be the sister. The sister may be ill, so then that means she may take on that responsibility of helping out with her niece or nephew, which can lead to burnout if there's not a plan. And having a coach as part of your plan can help you eliminate the burnout. And as I was just saying earlier, when with having a coach, you have a plan, and also understanding the importance of outsourcing some of those responsibilities can eliminate the burnout that we as women entail all the time. So it's a process. It's a community. It's important to have a community so that we as women, well, hopefully we can eliminate the burnout. Exercising and eating right can also eliminate burnout.
Dr. E, what are the strategies have you found most effective for preventing or recovering from burnout?
Preventive is understanding, going back to what I said earlier, the importance of having a community, reaching out for help. But more importantly, understanding what's going on inside of you, your physical side of your body, having that close relationship with your physician, making sure that you're seeing your physician twice a year. You're getting your blood work done, so you can make sure that you understand if are you diabetic, pre-diabetic, are you overweight, do you have hypertension. Understanding your metabolic syndrome of your body can help eliminate burnout. The other part to that would be to, if you're married, is having that partnership with your husband where you eliminate certain responsibilities that's on your task list that needs to be done. Again, it's going back to the community, having that community with your spouse um, or your partner can help eliminate some of that burnout. And if I recall correctly, Daniel, there was a second part to that question that I'd like to answer. Can you repeat that for me?
Or, well, let's continue to the other question, Dr. E, because I have more questions that more interesting. And
Okay.
for sure, this will be a good question for you. As a life coach, what are your short term and long term goals?
Well, my short term goal is to help as many women as I can to not go across that bridge to burnout. My
Yes.
long term goal is to have my own coaching firm where I can coach other coaches to coach the community. So I want to be there for women to guide them through the process of, if they're at the burnout level, then let's get you to the non-burnout level. And if you're not burned out yet, but you want to plan for the future so that you don't get to that point, I want to help those women as well.
Empowering goals, Dr. E, and looking forward for more success for sure and good luck.
Thank you.
And what is your piece of advice for those people out there want to be a life coach like you?
If you have a passion for people and you want to see people to succeed, I'd highly recommend that you complete a certification program that can help you to understand the difference between a coach, mentoring, and therapy. There's a difference between the three. Once you determine which one, once you are able to determine the difference between the three, then you can make the decision: do I want to be a coach, a mentor, or a therapist? So if you decide to go into the coaching world, then you can coach. You can find your own niche, whether if you want to work with women, men, or children, or all individuals, but you have to set up your niche. So my niche is, I coach women over 40 that's facing imbalance or unbalanced life. That's my niche. My other recommendation would be is to, while you're in the program, make sure that you take all of your thoughts in your brain about your business. Make sure you write it down so that as you go through your coaching program, you can develop your plan. What does that look like? Um, because sometimes we forget what we want. So if you journal how you would like your coaching business to look like, then by the time you finish your program, you can start building the business and gaining clients and gaining recognition within your community, which your community will help you to gain those clients. And that's really important.
Totally, totally, for sure, important. And Dr. E, thank you so much for that advice. And can you please recommend a life coach? that you want to recommend for our listeners or viewers?
Okay, that's a wonderful question because I get that question often. And so this is how I'm going to answer that. There are several life coaches out there that will service the community. My recommendation to anyone that's looking for a coach is to interview a few coaches to see if that individual is able to work with you. Is there a connection? Because there should be a connection between the client and the coach. And you also want to make sure that your coach is 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 um, is credentialed the with the International Coaching Federation. So, and that's really key important. So, yes, I suggest to meet with at least three different coaches to determine which person that you would prefer to work with. That would be my recommendation. And I hope it would be me.
Yes, I hope that will be Dr. E. And thank you for that recommendation. And do you think conversation around burnout and balance is different for women of different generations, like millennials versus Gen Z?
I believe so. Each generation, as you know, there's a different theme, there's a different focus. So when you're looking at the millennials, you're looking at a generation that's, in my opinion, that's they're modest. Whereas you said Gen X, is that correct?
Yes.
So Gen X is the generation right after the baby boomers. So there is still the old way of, I'm using this term, the old way of thinking of how women should be in terms of staying home with the children and taking care of the household. Where when you're looking at millennials, they're they're looking to have more of a bond with friends and family. And climbing the corporate ladder is not always their goal, but friends and family is truly important to them.
Well, thank you for that answer, Dr. E. And hoping that our millennial or Gen Z have this cooperation to work together about burnout for sure. So, how do you involve your support system, like friends, family, or colleagues, in helping you maintain balance?
Well, I had to learn the hard way. I really did because I had to learn that I was no longer 25 and I was not Superwoman and I can't do everything. It's totally impossible. So I made sure that I surrounded myself around community that can assist me if I need something, if the family needs something, if I'm going on vacation, to have someone be able to watch my home. If there's something in the house that needs to be taken care of and I don't have time, housekeeper. I've had a housekeeper for about 20 years because I don't have time to do that. I make sure that I have a checklist for things that have to be done that needs to be done weekly. And if there are things on my checklist that I can't get done, then I reach out to my community to get help. And within my community, when they need help with something, I'm there for them. We don't overwhelm one another. And with having a coach in my life helps me to organize tasks that need to be done, how I'm able to prioritize things that need to be done. So, what's important is that the community that's around you that can help you. And it's not a one sided relationship. It's a partnership. I have what is called community nephews and community nieces and community grandparents. Sometimes you need the wisdom. So I call my community grandparents, and they're able to provide that wisdom. That's powerful. And when you have a strong community, they're not going to lead you in the wrong direction because they want you to be successful and you want them to be successful. So in this community, everyone is supporting everyone. It's so that everyone can be successful. Take the stress off. That's the best part. And have like a nice Sunday dinner where we all come together as the community. That's powerful.
That's powerful indeed. And Dr. E, before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast, people. My other podcast, because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, abstract poetry in second season, and my book 101 review in fifth season too, comedy 101 in second season, and my food 101 in fifth season as well, geography 101 in its fourth season, and my baby podcast Law 101 and Mental Health 101, Love Letters in third season, and my movie 101 review and music 101 in its fourth season, and science 101 and sex 101 in its first season. Please listen to them wherever you listen your podcasts. And Dr. E, what's one key lesson you've learned about balancing burnout and well-being that you shared with other women?
It's the power of balancing life. I mean, life is complicated. 40 years ago, we didn't have the internet. We barely had cell
Yes.
phones. Life is complicated, but it's doable. It's doable because, as I said earlier, it's the community. You have a community, a partnership with the family that can help you to make sure that your life is always on balance. Having that partnership um, with your doctor, whether if it's your OBGYN or your internal medicine physician, making sure you have that partnership where um, you're being seen a few times a year to make sure that your physical part of your body is is stays at 100% so that you can get the things that you need done, and so that you can raise the children, and enjoy life, take beautiful vacations. But it all starts from internal. That's where it starts, internal, to make sure that we're all doing the right things for our body.
Dr. Elizabeth Sherrell Davis, thank you so much for empowering women all over the world. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your advocacy, your business, or whatever projects that you're doing right now?
Well, actually, if you would like to book a 15-minute discovery call, please go to my website, which is www.signatureofexcellence.com. I'm available, and I would love to talk to you all. So make sure that you check out my website. And again, that's www.signatureofexcellencelifecoach.com. Thank you so much, Daniel. This was wonderful.
You're most welcome, Dr. E. Yes, people, let's support Dr. Elizabeth Sherrill Davis, because if you support her, more and more and more empowering coaching to come, more and more and more empowering advocacy to come. Dr. Elizabeth, thank you so much for your time.
Well, I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a fabulous evening.
More to come, people. See you soon.